What's up, everybody? Blair's Breakdown is back, and for those of you who are concerned, it's all good. Aliens came and picked me up in Orlando. They took me to their spaceship. They brought me back and the track was gone. Daytona, it was too cold, so I decided that I didn't care about you guys enough. No, I'm just kidding. Whatever. Moving on. We're back. Arlington. And just so you guys know, we're not the only ones doing a post-race show. That's McGrath. That's the king right there with Cameron Mcadoo doing a little Science of Supercross. So they got their thing going on. We got our thing going on. We're going to go find Alex. So let's walk this way. 250 class, let's start there. Hammaker. That kid is sick. Let me tell you right now, what's his third race? I said on the broadcast how I saw him ride a Super Mini, I think a couple years ago at Monster Cup, and I was like, wow, that kid, he gets it. Like, he really understands how to ride Supercross. Like, the fundamentals were in place. Then I saw him come, I think, the next year and ride a 250, and I was like, wow, again. So to see him be this good, I'm surprised that he's this good, but I'm not surprised that he understands Supercross and he's got this skill set. So it's fun, though, to watch a kid like that just come out and win. I mean, it's one thing to look good like he did at round one, but then had a couple issues. That's fine. But in 3 races now, he's been super fast in qualifying and now wins a race, and I'm blown away. I think he's the real deal. I think there's a lot of rookies in this class that are the real deal. I really like Robertson. I like what I saw from Max Volan. Hunter Lawrence is kind of a rookie too, so Jet Lawrence, obviously. There's good youth coming up in this 250 class, and Hammaker's for real, and usually it takes maybe a year or two, maybe the 3rd year for them to get it. I don't know how he's going to do the rest of this championship. It's too early to say, but I'm telling you, this guy's for real. He's going to be fighting for a championship at a minimum by next year, like battling for the title. The kid is that good, gets great starts, obviously figured out the whoops. Dude, he's a fighter. He makes a mistake and recovers. I'm really high on him. I like it. Second on the night was, oh my God, who got second? Hunter, jeez. Hunter Lawrence. Okay, so here's the thing with Hunter Lawrence. He's not Jet Lawrence, right? Jet is this sends it, goes for it, just this spectacular rider. Hunter is like this machine, right? You watch him ride, doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He's really efficient. He's careful, makes smart decisions. Yet the results are kind of coming around almost in the same way. I mean, it took, Jet a couple races before he kind of emerged. Hunter is now starting to emerge in a different style, and I really like it long term. I think he's going to be, by the end of this thing, he's going to be a really, really good, maybe great Supercross rider. I'm seeing a lot of the same skill set that I see in Jet, but just in a different kind of, just in a different way. And it's weird because they come into the season, you know, I'm talking to his agent, Lucas Myrtle, and they said, the plan is just, we just want top 5s if we can get them. We just want to stack laps, no injuries, just be consistent, no biggie. Okay, so now we got a heat race win. We've got a podium. We got that top 5. He's 3rd in points. It's happening quick, and I like that, and I think he's got a bright future in Supercross. Then you know how good he is in pro motocross. He's phenomenal. So good on Hunter Lawrence. My guy Mcadoo out here. Great fight from him. Him and Justin Cooper both had bad starts and had to fight through. I love the back and forth. Their back and forth battle was awesome, and seeing them kind of check up and play this game, I thought it was great for the title, and Mcadoo obviously salvaged the points he needed. He didn't win the race, but he does extend his points lead. So for him, I think it was a big night. Again, just a podium ride. His worst finish of the year, maybe his biggest though, because he was able to outduel Justin Cooper there one-on-one, and that's kind of important moving forward. I think they'll both remember that, and we'll see how it plays out. Justin Cooper, I got a question mark over his head right now. I'm a little confused because a year ago, he comes out at the first round and wins against Ferrandis, who was the defending champ, and Faulkner, who's won like 10 main events, and Cooper was giving it to those guys. He was one of those 3. Now he comes onto this coast. There's a bunch of rookie kids. There's, you know, Jordan Smith and Alex Martin, some veterans, but there's not really a roster of riders that are at the level of Ferrandis and Faulkner. And I'm thinking with his skill set and that team and his development, he should be winning these races, like all of them. I mean, he should have won all 3 if you just look at their resumes. But now he's got 2 races in a row off the podium for goofy starts and weird things, and he's question mark. I'm just a little confused on what's going on with Justin Cooper. I still think if he gets the whole shot, he probably checks out, but I don't know what's going on. I mean, how are you not getting the starts? I don't understand it, but I think he's fine, but I am confused with him. So that's my thoughts on the 250 class. Let's go find Alex, and then we'll talk 450. Long time no see, buddy.
Yeah.
How you doing? 6 foot knuckles.
6 foot, no knuckles.
6 foot knuckles.
All right.
You can give me one. You can give me one. There we go. I got my guy back. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. What are we doing here? We got, I mean, this is the quick one. So what are we doing?
For the changeover?
Yeah. This is a preview.
It's going from the sideways start to the long start down the center.
Okay. Going long ways.
Yep. So finish line remains right here. But
so we got 1, 2, third lane. So the start will be in lane 4.
Yep, in the middle and then the whoops.
The whoops will stay in their spot, or? Oh, that is lane 4. Okay, yep. So the whoops are gone. Is it going to sweep around the backside here?
Yep.
Okay, what are we doing here?
So I gotta get a track plan. I don't even remember.
You don't have one? All right. Well, let's go with a.
It's on my phone.
We'll do a single.
I get lost in the season. I gotta see where we're at.
How about a double like that?
Okay.
No. So okay, running along the long side. Does this triple stay here?
It goes all the way. No. All the jumps get changed except for the finish line.
Okay, but the lanes, you got the lanes pretty much staying the same, just moving that start long ways. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Where are the whoops going then? Or you don't know?
1 lane over.
So in lane 5?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So. This track had a lot of bull corners, which ended up being good because there were some hits. I don't know if you saw, there was a little contact tonight. Yeah. The track was somewhat easier as far as the obstacles. Seemed like everybody got it figured out kind of easy. They're all doing kind of the same thing. Was that by design, or did they just kind of surprise you with how they were able to master it?
Well, I kind of think the track worked really good. I mean, the 290s back here, there was that inside line, and then they were also using the berm and going triple in. And then
threeing and railing, which was good.
So
yep.
The 290s to have 2 different rhythm lanes was good. This lane right here with the Dragon, it was a little one line, but if you didn't nail the Dragon by hopping off that second one,
couldn't get out.
You couldn't get the quad. So that was good.
Okay.
And what else? This middle lane after the whoops, there was that triple in option that they were doing there for a little bit, which was good because it was kind of inconsistent to get every lap.
It was. Kenny got it in his heat. Kenny clipped and went into the top block. So
yeah. So I mean, I thought the track worked. And the other thing is the split vert walls.
Oh, okay. Good. I'm glad that you brought that up. Where was the creativity behind that? Because I liked it and it ended up working. Because I was wondering, like, how is this actually going to work? And I had to imagine you guys were kind of testing it a little bit on press, because you ended up seeing some passes. Even when Kenny took the same side as someone, he was able to kind of shoot inside. So just take me through the creativity of that idea, because that's pretty different.
Yeah, I love split lanes, but I hate it when they don't work, obviously.
Right.
It's like there's like such a letdown. It's like the one lane's just like abandoned and you just look like an idiot.
They all go to the one, but this one, they were moving around.
So the control factor was the roller. The roller before the vert wall on the inside was steeper, and then the outside was laid down.
Did you have to make any adjustments on press to get it right?
Yeah, we played with it a lot at press.
Just to see, because I'm sure they were all picking one. You're like, okay, guys, we got to get you over here or something.
And then if you're making the pass, you can go inside, because then you're set up for the inside on the bull turn after.
Yeah.
And if you're behind, you can go outside and try and use the outside to carry momentum through the corner. So
it ended up working a couple times.
Those two things made it work.
Yeah, I liked it. Last question for you on the soil. In years past, this place has gotten really ruddy, like really ruddy. It seemed like today in the first practice, I was like, oh, it might be ruddy again, but it ended up kind of packing down and being kind of ruddy in spots, but like hard pack in others.
Yeah,
like, just take me through this dirt.
This dirt is like sandier than some of the other dirt. I guess a little siltier. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, even, well, you can kind of see this like top layer.
Yeah.
It doesn't really.
You can like water this dirt forever. It like never gets like muddy. It just keeps absorbing.
So again, you guys, obviously, I saw you watering before the night program, so you were adding a little bit, but obviously just to keep probably that silty layer down a little.
Yeah, the old dirt we used to get, which the last time we used it was Cincerello's first race when he won, and then the Barsha whipping into rocks and video.
That was darker stuff.
That was like real tacky clay. And then once we got this stuff, I mean, we love this dirt.
Yeah.
It's good to work with.
Did you guys, when it came in, was it pretty dry? Because I mean, again, this seems drier than the last couple years here where it was really ruddy.
4,000 yards, so about like 2/3 of the dirt was already in here from the rodeo.
Oh, so it had a chance to kind of air out a little.
We had 2,000 yards
added.
Come in after. So
Okay,
yeah.
cool. And then I know this is a little bit early, so I don't want to ruin Tuesday's breakdown, but the third race, is it going to be same start area and kind of a similar format or similar track to race 2? Or is it an all new 1 and 3 because you get that extra day?
It's an all new track again. The finish line gets relocated. It's
Okay.
another long start down the center.
But a finish line move.
Starts, you don't see as many as the long
This
starts.
one worked though. You guys opening it up and making it more fast.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, normally those 90s cause problems.
Yeah.
I don't remember any problems. It just flowed better.
There wasn't one incident, knock on wood.
No.
It's just, we get a little more blowback from the riders and teams and stuff with the sideways. Because the pinch is, you know, the pinch is a little gnarly.
This one worked. There really wasn't much of a pinch. You guys just, it's almost like you started the corner earlier to where it would just kind of sweep, and then putting it up on that roller like that, I think made everyone calm down a little bit too. But did they all funneled in and went? I thought it was good.
The chance of just them getting pushed off the track when that turn starts early.
Yeah, so it wasn't like a tight 90. It was just, it was like a sweeper. Which,
yeah, exactly.
All right, well, I'll let you get back to it, and I'm excited to see Tuesday. So it was good to see you again. Sorry about Orlando too, but I got aliens came and got me, and it's okay though. I'm okay. I learned some. I learned some cool things though. I'll tell you about it on another day.
All right.
All right, bro. Later. All right, 450 class. We're gonna walk through these whoops backwards and talk about 450s. Cooper Webb, I don't really know what to say. He got out front and really didn't have to do anything. I mean, that was probably the easiest race ever for him. I mean, he just got out front right away and just cruised. Every time we saw him on camera, he was just kind of cutting and doing his thing. But I bet you that was the most boring race he's ever had. Like he had nothing to do out there other than just do his laps and get it over with. So I would guess he probably likes that and he would take that every time, but hey, you don't get that all the time. So enjoy it now because Tuesday might be different. Barsha, similar. I don't remember seeing him do much of anything other than just be solid and clean out front and whatever. Anderson, let's focus on him for a minute because I haven't looked at my phone yet, so I'm not sure what the response is to his aggressive riding. I know they mentioned the broadcast, the AMA was looking at it. It's my opinion. It's just my opinion. There was nothing wrong with either one of those, like at all. That was, in fact, they were both really, really good passes, like not dirty, not physical, just enough. But I guess when a rider does go down or a rider gets startled by it, it makes it look more dramatic. I mean, Dylan went down, that sucked for him, and I'm bummed for him, but Jason really didn't do anything. So yeah, I hope there's nothing after this, and I hope I don't get online after this and see people blowing out Jason Anderson. There was nothing wrong with that. He made a funny comment to me after. I kind of said something a little funny to him and just called him out on it, and he said something pretty sarcastic back that I will not share on here because YouTube might flag it. But anyways, it was pretty cool, and I thought the racing was awesome, and I thought his moves were totally fine, 100% fine, nothing wrong. I would expect every rider on the track to make those moves if they can. Perfect. Ken Roxon, he goes down in the heat, so that ruins the main start. He ends up getting a good gate pick, but the rut he had was pretty bad. We did one of those on the breakdown, maybe in Indy. Just couldn't get through the pack. Look, this track, everyone was kind of doing the same thing a little bit. The speeds were tight. I think the only way to make a move was to be aggressive like Anderson was, and Kenny never really got close enough. He kind of doesn't do that, so he just kind of chipped away slowly and really didn't make up much ground. And I will say this though, hearing him on the podium after the race, positive and just upbeat, that's kind of a win for me because he could have been really upset. He could have blamed the track. He could have blamed this. He kind of handled it pretty good. And the truth is he's only down 7 points. That's not that big of a deal. So for Kenny, I think the big win for him again was his attitude and the way he handled his, worst night of the season. I think he's been top 5 every single race, I think. So for Kenny on a bad points night to be positive on the podium, to me, that's a win. Okay, this is gonna be a little harsh, but I gotta be honest with y'all, right? Tomac is done for this title. Now, I don't know, maybe next year, I don't know his future, but this championship's over. You know, I mentioned this a few shows ago, how I kind of was a little weirded out by just his happiness with a second. And here's my theory. I'm gonna throw it out there, and I could be completely wrong. I think that last year when he won the title, he took a breath, like a sigh of relief, like, oh, I did it, finally. And I think that that sigh of relief, I think it cost him in the outdoors last summer. He was not the same. And I think he's kind of carried that into this year. I don't think he's got that edge. I don't think he's got that desperate fire that he had for 4 years. And at this level, when they're all that good, if you take a breath and you sigh and you just, you know, say a couple percentage of your effort goes down in that edge, that's from first to third. That's what we're seeing. He's a third place guy. He's third in points. He's got 2 wins on the year, which is cool, but Daytona was 1. I feel like that was like obvious. And I don't know. I'm not seeing that fire, and I'm not seeing that fight, and I think it's just because he took a nice big breath after winning the title, and personally, I don't blame him. The guy's had an awesome career, and if he's cool with his resume and what he's done, I am, because it's been fantastic. I just don't think that he wants it as bad as he did. In fact, I'd be willing to wager everything I have that if you asked him, do you want this title in 21 like you did in 20, there's no way he'd be able to say anything but no, because he doesn't. I don't think. That's my opinion. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I don't think he wants it as bad this year as he did last year, and it's evident in the results. So he's still unbelievable. He's still one of the best, I mean, ever. He's won everything, and I admire the guy. He's incredible, but 2021 title is done. All right, that's Blair's breakdown for Arlington 1. We'll be back on Tuesday night with another one, and thanks all for watching. Sorry we missed you for a couple, but we're back, we're good, and we'll see you in a few days.